sharing on other platforms.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Gonna go live quickly. Hello, good evening, neighbors, friends, brothers and sisters. Welcome. This is your member provincial parliament. Good evening, neighbors, friends. Hello, good evening, neighbors, friends, brothers and sisters. Welcome. This is your member provincial parliament. Good evening, neighbors, friends. I'll just check. I think there's an echo here.
Yes, there is.
Okay, what is that? Let me just make sure. Where's the echo coming from? Okay. Hello, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Very good. I think that now is fine. Yes, I think I fixed the echo. Let me just make sure here. It's all right. Yes, there. Hello, neighbors, friends, brothers and sisters. Welcome. We apologize for that bit technical echoing quickly. And this is your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, joining you tonight. Again, another Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. As usually, I join you every Friday night to hear your concerns and the concerns of the community as well. So, folks, tonight I have a special guest, Giovanna Guzman, who also is a local and also an author. We'll be talking about her story tonight to share with us the book she has written. But before I begin, I wish to acknowledge at this time that we are on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wadent Beepers, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuits, and Métis. We are joining you live from Facebook, Faisal Hassan NDP, Twitter, Faisal Hassan NDP, and also Instagram, Faisal Hassan NDP, also YouTube, and also LinkedIn. Welcome, brothers and sisters, neighbors and friends. So those who are just joining, welcome. I welcome my friend and MPP, Michael Mantha, Algoma Manatulu. Beautiful island there. Welcome, Michael, and welcome folks who are just joining us on Instagram. I also want to welcome a neighbor and also a member of our community, Giovanna Guzman, who's also joining this evening. And I know that I think was a Thursday, I ran into while I visiting you in the neighborhood, and Giovanna was so kind to give me this beautiful book. You can see, folks, she has written, and it's called "If It Costs You Your Sanity, It Is Too Expensive." Giovanna Guzman, welcome, and tell us about this book.
Thank you, Mr. Faisal. It's an honor to be here. Thank you very much for having me on your live. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your continued support and dedication in the community. Yes, so my book, If It Costs You Your Sanity, It's Too Expensive, is all about empowerment, stepping into your power, finding your strengths, believing yourself. I share a little bit about my experiences, my obstacles, my challenges, my experience being a young mother and becoming a working mother and studying and multitasking everything while being a mother, and how to pursue your dreams and your goals, the importance of who you hang around with, the importance of surrounding yourself with positive people in your life and avoiding negativity and toxic people. I include a little bit of tips and tricks that have personally helped me on my journey, and I'm sharing it with you. It is my gift to empower and educate the community the best way that I can.
Amazing. And folks, we will be taking, you can also ask questions Giovanna, this evening, and also, or comments also, we will be able, and those who are just joined, I welcome Mandek, Ifat, and also Ifat says, good evening to you as well. And folks, also this week, March 8th, we celebrated International Women's Day, and the world celebrated the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women across the globe. And I'm also honored to be a member of a party that honors and elevates leaders like my leader, Andrea Horvath, the leader of the official opposition, and our newly elected party president, Janelle Brady, into the positions of leadership. Our caucus in the legislature has also achieved gender parity, with 50% of our MPPs being women. So, I mean, this week we celebrate International Women's Day. Please take the opportunity to thank a woman and make a change in our community, or in your life, and honor their contributions and support efforts to bring this year's theme to reality, which is gender equality today for sustainable tomorrow. And I am talking to Giovanna Guzman, and also she is an author. She is the writer of this beautiful book. It is If It Costs You Your Sanity, It Is Too Expensive. So, and what drive you to write this book?
Mainly my experiences overcoming my own mental health battles, overcoming trauma, my life experiences, being a mother. My children are my motivators, they're my world, and I would do anything for them. And also, mental health runs in the bloodline. My mother is also a survivor and a warrior of mental health. She battled her own battles, from schizophrenia to depression to suicidal thoughts. So this book is in dedication to her and all other women. As you mentioned, March is Women History Month. So what an honor it is to be here. Thank you so much again. I am honored to be your guest speaker. And so this book is dedicated for women finding themselves, how to overcome mental health battles. Know that you are not alone. There is a cure. Mindfulness is also incorporated in my book. What we think, we become. Our thoughts become our reality. So it's a lot about mindfulness and remaining calm through the storm. As we know, life is unpredictable and there's only so much we can plan. However, there are unforeseen circumstances that can happen in your life. So my book empowers you to better equip your mental health to bypass all of these unforeseen circumstances, whether it is mental health battles, whether it is losing a job or unsatisfying relationships or jobs. My book is all about finding yourself and finding your power and tapping into your mind, because we all have it inside of us. We all have the power inside of us to change, and we can do it step by step. Nothing is impossible. As long as you believe in yourself, anything is possible.
Amazing. And I quickly welcome folks who are joining us. Jerry Grossi, Brandon Machado, welcome. And Brandon says, good evening, MPP Faisal Hassan, and good evening to Giovanna Guzman as well. And I know that also this week, March 7th to the 11th, we also, it was also a Black Mental Health Week. And established in 2020, it has expanded from a single day to an entire week of programming in 2021 to address the concerns from mental Black community and demand an end to 400 years of oppression and the ongoing mental health impact of persistent systemic anti-Black racism in all settings. And this year's theme, Many Places, Many Faces, Building Together, focuses on centering the mental well-being and healing of Black communities. The team responds to and acknowledges the importance of raising awareness of the impacts of anti-Black racism on the lives and mental health of Black Torontonians. The team also ensures that we understand and address these impacts through the key social determinants of health and by confronting systemic anti-Black racism as we move through beyond the COVID-19 pandemic. And I know that mental health has a stigma, And that is how do we deal with the stigma and empower individuals to recover and to get also services and support systems in place?
So I also run a lot of workshops all about mental health and mindfulness and coping skills and techniques. From mindfulness to what is mental health, natural healing remedies such as therapy, talking to somebody, surrounding yourself with a positive group of people that will help you gain your mental health awareness to be in a better state of mind. There is also other forms of a cure for mental health, such as prescriptions or drugs. It all depends on the person's preferences. I personally am more of a natural person, and I found ways to heal myself naturally through yoga and meditation and speaking to positive influences around me and in your circle. Really, who you hang with is who you are, who you become with. So choose your circle mindfully.
Amazing. And I know that a little bit about this book is is your new best friend. You
It
know,
is.
is getting through life. This book will empower you to tackle life successfully with my tips and tricks. All you need to do is believe in yourself and read it to the end. This think of this book as your life hacker and removing all the malware in your mind. And would you like to share those tricks and ways to actually be able to deal with this?
Yes, absolutely. So, from journaling to creating a vision board to seeking help when needed, it's okay to not be okay. Let's normalize this. Let's seek the help when we need it, whether it is a therapist or a trusting friend. Always release your feelings. It is unhealthy to bottle up our feelings and emotions. Write everything down, journal out your feelings, whether you're having a good day or a bad day. There's no right or wrong when it comes to your mental health. You are in total control of it. So, creating a schedule, becoming active, doing things that will stimulate your mind, even our getting out and physical activity, going for a walk, going for a run, going to the gym, whatever it is that you prefer to do that for your mental health. Yoga is also very beneficial, as well as meditation. Meditation, actually, science proved through meditation, it can rewire our mind. And I've personally seen awesome results from just meditating every morning. Before I start my day, I would do a brief meditation as to how I would expect my day to go, and my day would turn out great.
Amazing. That's awesome. And I also, and I think if it costs you your sanity, it is too expensive. It also says you have the power to change.
Yes, we all have the power within us. We just need to tap in. So basically, the cover of my book was one of my favorite quotes that have got me through my own mental health battles. And I've shared it with my friends and family who have also found themselves in a negative mental health state, especially during COVID and the pandemic. People were experiencing job loss, decreased income, while the cost of living and gas keep increasing. So, if anything costs you your mental health, it is too expensive. If anything costs you your sanity, it's too expensive. Therefore, we cannot put a price on our mental health.
Amazing. And that's also a lot of folks are joining us. Welcome. Traveling Fit Books also join us. Just welcome. And others. And also Ifatrias also says, such a brave lady, you know, to a reference to my guest tonight, Giovanna Guzman. We're featuring a special guest and also proud of the work of the members of our community is doing in our community and featuring this evening to community conversations. And this is the book that Giovanna wrote. And it's important that we support our local writers and to support them to also continue to write another book and also and that goes back locally and supports our community. How could people, if they want to read this book, how could they, where can they access to?
You can reach out to me here on Instagram, email me, or message me, and I will order your copy for you. Just let me know that you're interested in the book. I'll let you know of the cost and we can take it from there. Absolutely. Just remember that when you're paying for this book, you're actually not really paying me, you're paying me to empower yourself. You are adding value to yourself. You are adding knowledge to yourself. Think of yourself as a business. How are you investing in your mental health? So, any program or any workshop you're interested in and that you directly decide to purchase from me goes right back into the community for all the community needs.
Amazing. And you can also check www.meetmeatthecrossroads.org. And I know that also you are author, of course, and also you also have done a lot of beautiful things in our community. Meet Me at the Crossroads did. You have organized school backpacks to support vulnerable members of our community, and you also involved many other initiatives in the community. Would you like to share those, work you're doing in the community, which is very important and
Absolutely.
valuable? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. It is my passion to give back and help the community in any way that I possibly can. I'm involved with other organizations such as food banks and other nonprofits in the community. I also do workshops, and I've been working with children for the past 14 years in different settings, such as childcare settings, school boards, and now I am a ABA behavioral therapist providing therapy to clients in their home who have autism.
Amazing. So we have also, not only an author, but also doing other things and also engaging the community. Quickly, Instagram, Traveling Fit Books says, nice. We need more authors in our community. And definitely, Ayana Francis also is also a children's books author in our community. And also a woman, and that's very proud of also celebrating in March as well on the International Women's Day. Tonight, folks, my guest is Giovanna Guzman, and I'm your member of provincial parliament, and I join you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and to talk to you about the work of the legislature and also to take some of your feedbacks and questions every Friday. This is the first time since March 2020 I had a guest to bring to you, and we will do that, also inviting members of the community to also bring those who are doing extraordinary work, especially how our sister here, Giovanna Guzman, who is also our neighbor and a member of our community, is helping members of our community. Please support her book, and so that you can encourage her work, so she could continue. Also shop locally and support our local businesses. As you know, the pandemic has hit hard, especially businesses that are owned by women. We no longer have Perfect Blend. We no longer have Also With and others, and these are women-run businesses. It was too late for them for the support of this government. And is there other book you're planning to write? Or it's
I don't
coming?
know, maybe, maybe.
Maybe? Yeah.
Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. So amazing. So that's awesome. And I will take a couple of questions, folks. If you have any questions about the book, and or any comments. And Valerie here says, beautiful contributions to society, indeed, and more also. And also, I know that in September of last year, actually, when children were going back to school, Giovanna have organized with, of course, with Meet Me at the Crossroads, return to school, and provided backpacks and pens and pencils and a lot of support to members of our community. And right here in John Street at the Artscape Center. And that was, we also appreciate that, and thank you for that. Folks, if there is any other questions, we just give them a couple of minutes because people, here we have also our friend Ayana Francis, Traveling Fitbook says, where does your inspiration come from?
My inspiration really
Yeah,
comes from my children, my mother, who is also a survivor of mental health, and my life experiences. Just, it's all about perspective. It's all about having a positive mind state and to persevere through the storm, through it all. It all starts in our mind, right? So we have the power within us to control our thoughts. Our thoughts become our reality. I mean, I remember when Meet Me at the Crossroads was only a thought a couple years back, and I kind of faced my fears and I just went for it, and it's blown up to be better than what I could ever imagine. And I'm so grateful for all the community support and all my sponsors and everybody who is actually such an amazing support, an amazing part of the team. I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you all. The message here is follow your dreams, believe in yourself. That's all you need.
amazing. And this is the book, if if it costs you your sanity, it is too expensive. Giovanna Guzman.
Thank
And
you. We also
very
offer a variety of inclusive workshops. My
mhm,
newest one is an entrepreneurship workshop
mhm.
that teaches youth or young entrepreneurs tips and tricks on becoming a successful entrepreneur. For more information, click on the link in my bio. And if you would like to register, please contact me for details and I would be happy to help you.
Amazing. And you can also check www.meetmeatthecrossroads.org. And also there, you can also order the book and also send a message to Giovanna Guzman.
Yes.
And is there any other thing you would like to say tonight? And I really appreciate it for coming tonight and also sharing your story and also the your inspiration about
Thank you.
the book as well. And the last comment from you before we say goodbye.
That's it for now. I'm grateful to be part of the Western community. I'm grateful for all the support and all the work you do personally. Mr. Faisal, thank you
Thank you.
again. Thank you for having me. It was an honor to join you tonight. And thank you to our guests tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. If you would like some more information about what I do in the community, feel free to check out my link, www.meetmeatthecrossroads.org, or message me or DM me. My email is admin@meetmeatthecrossroads.org. My name is Giovanna and I'm the founder. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I wish everybody a fantastic weekend.
Thank you. We are happy that you joined tonight this evening, and thank you for your continued contribution in our community. We are proud of you for the work you're doing, and thank you again for joining me this evening.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great night.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And
It's my
quickly,
pleasure. Thank
uh,
you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You too.
very
Bye.
good, folks. That was Giovanna Guzman who joined me tonight and to share also with us about the book she has written. If it costs you your sanity, it is too expensive. And support Giovanna, folks. She is excellent. She does a lot of work in our community, and it is also important that we support people who are contributing significantly in our community. So that's why her book again is If It Costs You Your Sanity, It Is Too Expensive. And here quickly, another author, a children's author, Ayana Francis, also joined us tonight. Thank you, and thank you for your contribution this evening as well. And Ayana Francis says, MPP Faisal Hassan is amazing. He's always supporting the community. Well, thank you. And thank you to you, Ayana Francis, for your contribution and supporting our young children and our youth as well. And Anka says also, Faisal, what are your thoughts on Bill 87? You have to explain to me what Bill 87 is, my friend, because there are so many bills, I cannot remember the name of it. Okay. And also, folks, welcome. This is your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, joining you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hear first and foremost your concerns and also take and answer some of your questions. Of course, this week it was also a busy week for me at the legislature. And of course, our London Family Act, a bill that I sponsored with my colleagues from London Frontshaw, London West, and London North Centre, the government has made the unfortunate choice to send our London Family Act to committee, delaying the passage of this important bill, developed, of course, with consultation from the National Council of Canadian Muslims. This bill would combat Islamophobia and hatred of all forms in Ontario. Opposing religious and race-based hatred is a moral issue that demands a swift action. Well, I am disappointed by the government's decision. I will continue to push the government to do the right thing, and bring the bill out of the committee and a passage passing it right away. And of course, also this week was also a very busy day. We have also my colleague Dolly Begum from Scarborough Southwest also tabled International Training Health Workers Act, and my leader Andrew Horvath, official opposition leader, also joined MPP Dolly Begum, Scarborough Southwest, to introduce a new plan to address barriers faced by internationally trained workers, especially nurses, doctors, and other healthcare workers needed and wanted in Ontario. The bill will compel the government to address accreditation barriers faced by internationally trained professionals, such as job matching program, to guarantee internationally trained physicians can get local experience that counts towards the accreditation. Our plan will also make it easier for internationally educated nurses to gain recognition of their international clinical experiences and apply for clinical placements here in Ontario. Too many internationally educated nurses are trapped in a system that does not recognize their experience and requires them to return to school for exams they've already passed and experiences they already have. And also welcome Christine, welcome Kalshale, and also you said Bill 67, but elaborate what Bill 67 is about, because I don't remember. I might know the title of it, so I can also give you an answer, my friend, joining me from Instagram. Anka is his name. And quickly also, this week, folks, Ontario top doctor confirmed that COVID-19 mask requirements in Ontario will lift in most indoor settings. Later this month, starting March 21st, many of these settings in which Ontario residents have had to wear masks will no longer require them. The government said individuals can continue to wear a mask after that date if they choose to do so. Mask mandates will be dropped at schools, restaurants and bars, grocery stores, banks, and gyms, theaters, and pharmacies, and convenience stores, and library. Masks will still be required when using public transit or in hospitals, medical clinics, long-term care homes, and congregated care settings, such as shelters and jails, and so on. So quickly also, I'll take some of your comments and also questions as well. Valerie says, quickly, very sad in the year 2022, people are still discriminating against skin color, nationality, or religion. Innocent children are always the victims of hatred and violence. Indeed, and that's why we need to make sure that hatred and any all kinds of forms of discrimination is not welcome in Ontario, and that's why we are putting and tabled on the our London Family Act to make sure that what happened in London and what happened in Toronto and also what happened in Quebec and many other parts of this country never happens again. And we are united to stand together stand tall and make sure that we are protecting everybody, and there's no reason anyone working their own business and working going for work should not be concerned for their safety. Well, thank you, Valerie. And quickly also, Brandon says, today, Premier Doug Ford warned that school boards do not need to maintain masks in schools. Do you think the school boards should maintain the mask mandate in schools? Well, that's a very good question. And I think what people are saying, Brandon, is that don't rush it, and let's make sure that we are safe. And I think he has to listen to their concerns, and it's very important that we listened to people and also the experts as well. Well, thank you for joining me. And Anka says Bill 67 is hatred towards anyone, black, white, yellow, or purple. But I don't know that. Who sponsored this bill? Could you elaborate a little bit more? Or maybe you're talking about 86, Bill 86. Let me know what that is, the other bill you're talking about, and who sponsored it and the name of it, so that I know. Also, folks, this week also, Jay, welcome. Jay, hope you're doing well as well. Well, this week also, my colleague from Humber River Black Creek, Tom Rokosovich, and also my colleague Dolly Begum from Scarborough South West, and also my colleague from London North Centre, we tabled a bill to protect consumers, Consumer Watchdog Bill, Bill 77. I was happy to join my colleagues, MPP for Humber River Black Creek, Tom Rokosovich, and London North Centre, Terence Canahan, and Scarborough Southwest Dolly Begum, to reintroduce legislation on this past week to improve consumer protection in Ontario by creating an independent consumer watchdog. The legislation proposes that the Ontario Consumer Watchdog be one-stop shop to handle consumer complaints. The consumer watchdog would have the power to release public reports similar to the Auditor General or the Ombudsman of Ontario, and to level fines or other penalties against businesses found to be in violation of consumer protection legislation. I'm urging this government to pass, but unfortunately, this week the government have voted down March 8. It's so sad, and many consumer organizations, citizens across the province have urged the government to pass this Bill 77 to make Ontario's consumer protection system the strongest in Canada. It would have given Ontarians a protected place to go when they are cheated by businesses, individuals, or organizations that has teeth to take real action. But unfortunately, again, this government votes it down, and that's the record of this government. They are not protecting the consumers, and their minister stood and says, call a number, and we know what that means. It's just to hire a lawyer, and that's not a consumer protection, folks. We need to have a consumer protection here, and we don't have it. Ontario does not. We need an NDP government to make sure that we have a protection for our consumers. Also, Valerie, quickly, I'll take some of your comments quickly. And from Facebook, Faisal Hassan, NDP, Valerie says, Jewish, Christians, and Muslims all worship the same God. Frequently, I have to educate people of this knowledge. Indeed, we are human beings, we are human beings, and we need to make sure that we are working together to perfect, our system and to make things better for all of us. Okay, and that's why I think it's important to pass our London Family Act to deal all these forms of hatred, so that Ontario does not need that kind of spread of hate and not suddenly killing members of our communities, and so that this bill will protect that. And also, I welcome also Ann Chambers for joining and says, "Hi Faisal, thank you and your staff for being so helpful." Well, welcome. Thank you, Anne. And we will continue to earn your trust and confidence. Certainly, we will not take it for granted. We will work it hard to work harder to make sure that we are giving our community here, our team in the constituency and the community office, the service and community service that this community is yearning for. I know the last 15 years has been difficult, and there's nothing to show for. The legacy of the Liberal government, they had 15 years to make things better for this community. They let us down, and we cannot afford to go back that path again. And we have seen the last 4 years, folks, we have been fighting. Every good bill is voted down. Every initiative, every proposal is voted down. And that is also a government that breaks their promises again and again. We can do better. Thank you, Anne, for your continued support, and we appreciate you. Imad, welcome. And Imad also says, "Hi, Faisal. Thank you for everything you have done for me and my family." Oh no, Imad, you have done so much for this community. I know you have been the guy who actually helping the poor deliver food. You have done so much. We have done really, we haven't done much for you. I wish we could do more to help you and your family. And I know you have been struggling lately, but thank you. I know that also we have to thank you for the contributions you've made to the community, for providing people food and other things while you were, healthy and so forth. And now also we pray for you for a better recovery and good health for you as well. And thank you tonight for joining us. Really appreciate it. And quickly also, folks, Eglinton Crosstown West Extension, the community surrounding the Eglinton Crosstown West Extension has raised concerns after Metrolink released drawings for the bridge of the Eglinton Cross West Extension. 1.5 kilometers elevated section will run over the Humber River from just west of the Scarlet Road, east of Jane Street, before heading underground again and connecting to the future Mount Dennis station. The community has raised concerns about consultation, lack of clarity, the loss of green space, the impact on Eglinton Flats, and proposed bike route in the area. I share these concerns, and I will be urging further work and discussion on the part of Metrolink regarding this proposal in the community, and hearing also the community's concerns. Well, thank you, folks. This is your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, joining you every Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Hearing your concerns, also updating you the work of the week, what I have been doing at the legislature and also in the community, and also to connect you also because of the pandemic has created difficulties that people are not able to see one another, and we have provided to come to you live to different platforms on Instagram, Faisal Hassan NDP, Facebook, Faisal Hassan NDP on my Facebook page, also LinkedIn and YouTube, and also Instagram to hear your concerns. And also you can also write to me, Faisal Hassan-CO at ndp.on.ca. And quickly, I will take Anchor's a message or comment rather from Instagram saying that I'm a conservative, but I appreciate that you genuinely care about the community. While we don't agree in politics, I do appreciate your connection with the community. Well, thank you. I do appreciate. And it doesn't matter whether you're conservative or any other party. It is who is fighting for you, my friend, and who is listening, and who is also making this system better, And I live this community over 21 years. Anchor, and we need to work together, and I want to hear you're also concerned. That's why I'm also reading your comments to share the rest of the community, and it's important that we work together and we have a strong voice for the community, and that's what I am trying to do the last 3 and 7 or 8 months at the moment, and I hope I will earn your trust and confidence in this coming election, so you can also support me again, and to continue also to hear the concerns you might have. Well, thank you, and I really appreciate for that and your comments there. And Caitlin, welcome. And also here in our community in York Southwestern, as you know, we rely on transit. Getting from point A to point B often involves a trip on the TTC. If you use transit, you know how bus routes like Western Road, like Jane Street, like Kill Street, and Eglinton Avenue West, Lawrence Avenue West can fill up even during the pandemic. And the waits also. People are waiting sometimes, more time. Across our community, costs are increasing for everyday essentials. Eating farther and farther into household budgets, car insurance and gas costs continue to increase, and more people will be looking for alternate means of transportation. Public transit is going to be an important part of rebuilding our economy, folks, and an affordable way for many in our community to get to work, visit families, or shop at our local businesses. It cannot be an afterthought, and and deserve our care and attention. We cannot afford to leave hard-working people stranded on the roads to a post-pandemic recovery. By investing in key services like public transit, we can ensure everyone has one less hurdle to worry about as they carry on with their day-to-day lives. This week, after meeting with representative of the Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 113, I wrote to the Minister of Transportation with concerns about changes to the transit funding model in Ontario, including questions about how the gas tax is being used. The 2019 budget had 1.2 billion in funding allocated to the TTC, but was subsequently removed by the Transportation Minister. These are funds that could have been used to strengthen the maintenance and the operation of the TTC, one of the North America's most underfunded transit system. The TTC is also facing a 185 million funding gap for 2020, leaving some to wonder how this will impact service delivery and employment status of the transit workers who do a wonderful job. They are frontline workers. They are our heroes and champions. They moved us through the pandemic and continue to do that every day. We rely on to keep our city moving. These questions remain unanswered, and commitments to fill these shortfalls in funding remain unsatisfied. That is why I'm continuing to press this issue at Queen's Park and the government and the Minister of the Transportation. My letter to the Minister, as well as my question to during the question period, can be viewed. Of course, you can check it on my YouTube and also my Facebook page to see also how they also approached and answered those questions. A properly resourced public transit system has the opportunity to alter neighborhood social economically and also open opportunities that will otherwise remain closed. Transit is a key component to any legitimate plan to tackle climate change and reach our emission targets. When we support expanded transit infrastructure, frameworks like community benefits agreements are an important tool to ensure we support equity-seeking groups and change lives for the better. We need a government that views transit as a valuable investment rather than a burdensome cost. I will continue to press the government to bring forward real financial support and insist on meaningful public consultation when legitimate concerns are raised on major projects. Successful transit initiatives requires partnership and respect for the community and the transit employees doing the work. I will continue to ensure that this respect remains at the center of transit planning discussion as we continue to advocate at Queen's Park on your behalf. And I know that also the folks at the Amalgamated Transit Union 113 are doing a fantastic job. We thank them for their work because they are also our heroes. They are the ones who moved us forward during the pandemic, and they deserve the support and also assurances to make sure that these changes that this government is doing is not a loss for jobs and also doesn't create more problems for our community. Folks, I have a lot of comments now. I'll just take some of them quickly to address them. I know that Caitlin, rather, says, "Hi Faisal, how can we help defeat the Conservatives in the upcoming election and elect more NDP members? Thanks for your tireless advocacy for the community." Excellent. That is a very good question, folks. And this is what we need to do immediately. Get involved first and foremost. And we know that the Liberals had 15 years. We have seen what Dalton McGuinty has done. We have seen what Kathleen Wynne has done, breaking promises, making sure that, privatizing our healthcare, privatizing hydros, cutting education, and also moving into more cuts. And also, we have seen how they worked, and it's not going back. That's a mistake to begin with. And secondly, what we need to do is people to think hard. If they think that the Liberals have a chance in this election, they are only helping the Conservatives. They are helping only the Conservatives, and that's a fact. So what we need to do, every single person in our community and across the province, vote NDP, get involved, donate, and volunteer to make sure that we have Andy Horvath, our premier, a next premier, so that we can solve these crises that have been created by the Liberals and the Conservatives. For example, the last 15 years, look, hydro now is so expensive. People cannot afford because she has given to big corporations and profit maximization corporations to actually make more money. $1 billion of revenue that used to come to our coffers is now gone, and I don't know what she was thinking about. That was a mistake she has made. To this day, she hasn't even admitted it. And that's why going back means more privatizations. And they have shown their record is very clear. So in this election, it's an important election. We have to make the choice to elect more NDPers to make sure that we deliver our programs. We need an NDP government, and to be in government, at least we need more than 65 seats to win. So if you live in Ontario, then get involved. Make sure you vote early. Make sure you donate to the NDP and volunteer your local candidate to make sure that we win big, because that's the only message you can send to the Liberals and the Conservatives in Ontario. Okay? Because the idea that, you could simply do whatever you want, make people's lives difficult, and then you can be elected again and again. I think that we have to be able to hold these governments and representatives accountable. Another thing is also, look, life is difficult. It's unaffordable. And they had an opportunity to do something. I know that every day when I go to the legislature, these government members, they say that we have been the last 15 years. Yes, we know that. We agree with that they have been really bad. But you guys are worse because you have the opportunity to do the right things and you're not doing it. Now, the pandemic have slowed them down, but their agenda is very clear. They want to privatize, continue to privatize, and in our healthcare and our education. And we have seen how they're treating our frontline workers, our heroes and champions, the nurses, the doctors, the frontline workers, by capping their pay compensations to 1%. We must repeal Bill 124, and we will do it. My leader said so, and we said so too, the entire NDP, and we need to end it. We don't want to privatize our healthcare. And now we see the Liberals have been in government for 15 years. And they had the opportunity to fix our healthcare, to fix our education, to fix the housing crisis, to fix the auto insurance issues, to fix our childcare. And I know that childcare now, the federal liberals are trying to do something about it, and that's good. But they have been promising since 1993 to do something about childcare. This is also an opportunity. We take, I say, take it. We have asked the premier to sign the deal of childcare. Being $10 per day childcare for our families. And if he's not going to do it, we will do it and we'll deliver it. An MPP government will deliver it, and we want to change people's lives. And to do that, words are not enough. We need more than that. We need action, and we need a government, an NDP government, that puts people first. And that's I will say, Caitlin, get involved and do not listen. They will tell you soon, oh, this party have this numbers, or the polls saying this and that. Forget about that. It is you who is going to go to the polls and deliver and elect a government you want. That is what I will say. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, let us elect an NDP government headed by Andy Horvath. We can do it. It can be done. We will do it. We need you to have that confidence. And don't listen even sometimes to the televisions, because I get rid of my television long time ago. I don't have it because it's too much nonsense, to be honest with you. They don't tell us the stories of the community. And that's why we need you to get involved, to believe in yourself and say that we are coming in large numbers and we are voting a government that we deserve, and that is an NDP government headed by Andy Horvath. So invest your money, donate, volunteer, and support all the candidates, especially the candidates in your community, and others as well, that need the money. You can also donate to me by visiting ysw.ontarionDP.ca. And that also will help me to fight here in York South-Weston to win big again in this community. Well, thank you for the question, Caitlin. And also, quickly also, Valerie says, privatizing healthcare is dreadful. Many Canadians fear privatization will eventually eliminate universal healthcare. Indeed, and that has been the agenda. You see, that is where they are headed now. We need to stop. The Conservatives and the Liberals have been doing that. We need to stop it. Even COVID testings was given to some of the former political staffers, making money out of that. We have seen also the long-term care privatization of it by Mike Harris, Ernie Eves, Dalton McGuinty, and Kathleen Wynne, Liberal and Conservatives. And we've seen what the military have found out about long-term care. This is unacceptable. We cannot make money on the backs of our seniors, and every dollar should be invested care and service for our seniors. We need a non-profit system to support our seniors. And remove these dividends, these privatizations, and this maximization of profit. And there's no money to make on the backs of our seniors. They've contributed so much in our community. Now is the time to support them. And we can do that through a non-profit, a publicly run a system to support them. And we will do it. An NDP government will do that, folks. And this is the opportunity of the important election. Is coming up in June 2nd. And we need now to get ready. And you will be hearing so much things telling you, oh, the NDP cannot win, oh, blah, 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 blah. Well, we are best positioned to win ever in our history. And we have 40 seats at the moment. The Liberals are independent. They have only, I think, 6, and I think 6 or 7. And even their leader doesn't have a seat. So that tells you they are only going to help Doug Ford being re-elected again. And that's the truth in this election. So don't listen to that. Come out and vote big for the NDP so that we have a government that you deserve, and NDP government headed by Andy Horvath. And Valerie says also the present government is constantly making cutbacks to education and healthcare. These cuts affect children most. I'm always thankful that you are a strong voice for children issues. Well, thank you very much, Valerie, for your support. You see, our children are our future. Currently, they are also the leaders of our community. We need to provide them head start. We need to invest them. I know that our education is not perfect. We can do better by investing more, because, as you know, some of our schools are not doing well. But we can work the teachers. We can work with the parents. They need more resources. We can provide smaller class sizes. We can provide more teachers, education workers to perfect it, to make it better. Schools that need more resources, we can also give them more resources in that. There are some affluent communities, those less affluent communities, we can also provide extra support so that we also uplift those kids to a head start. When these kids go to universities and colleges, we can also provide them work integrated learning experiences where we provide them internships, co-ops, placements, where they are paid so that they gain the experiences, of work, so that they also get to know early, the managers, middle managers, a director, these companies, to gain those experiences. We need to also to provide them more grants, because they have been taking loans, and these loans have been really burdening to them continuously. My own experience, I couldn't go to university. I have to borrow loans, take loans to go to the university. It took me 15 years to pay my loans, and that's a long time, folks. We need not every young person to go that experience of their lives. We can provide them, grants to go to school and study there. And I think it's important that we do support them now, and provide them early on, head start, also continuously in schools, in from grade 1 to grade 12, providing them also experiences, providing them also jobs in the summertime, and also provide, many countries in Western Europe do better job, and Ontario is much better than many of these countries in Europe. We can do better, absolutely, and we need that leadership to do it. And quickly also, Brandon says, do not forget to turn your clock forward 1 hour this Saturday. Well, that's right. I was about to say that, Brandon, exactly. Yes. Also, we're going to lose 1 hour, and make sure you change your clocks, folks, this week. And also, quickly, seniors in our community have been through a lot. The pandemic has been a strain on them physically, emotionally, and economically. They have worked hard their whole lives and sacrificed so much to secure a decent quality of life for their families, setting a foundation for the next generation. Now, as a community, elders and their families are looking for support to safeguard their quality of life. They're encountering barriers and insufficient support from their government. We know the seniors and their families deserve more than just words. They have survived a global pandemic and are now dealing with an affordable crisis. With the rising cost of essentials, more needs to be done to make sure seniors in our community and across Ontario can live their lives with dignity they deserve. One of the best ways we can accomplish this is to provide them with every opportunity to live their lives safely and comfortably in their homes. Sadly, the home care system in Ontario is badly broken. Years of cuts by Liberal and Conservative governments have left a system where people can be denied home care, even if their doctors requested it. These previous governments have also privatized home care services, drifting money away from care and decent staffing levels and into the buckets of massive corporations. Premier Ford has plans to further privatize home care, which would only make matters worse. Every tax dollar spent on home care should be going directly to service delivery and senior care, not to corporate profits. As we have seen in the early days of the pandemic, privatization of vital services like long-term care has resulted in understaffing and a worse outcomes than those in publicly owned homes. It is time to shift our focus and truly acknowledge that we need to invest in the services we value, not sell them off for profit. This is why my leader, Andrew Horvath, with myself and my colleagues in the official opposition, tabled this week of the legislature to force a vote on a motion in the legislature. This last Monday, we presented a plan to fix Ontario's broken home care system for seniors. People with disabilities can live at home longer. It's part of our Aging Ontario Deserves the best. A plan to deliver a new public and non-profit home care and a long-term care system to Ontario, allowing seniors and people living with disabilities the opportunity to remain in their homes for as long as possible just makes sense. It makes sense for the health and wellness of community elders. It lessens the need to transition into long-term care facilities and provides peace of mind to people who want to remain a part of the social, cultural communities. Our plan puts forward a record 1 billion investment in home care, provides raises and full-time jobs for PSWs and shifts the entire system into public and not-for-profit hands. Unfortunately, the government voted down our motion, but the only thing standing in the way now is the political will. With your support, we can deliver on a plan that shows seniors the respect they deserve in our community and also in our country. We need to stand with our seniors and support them. Well, thank you to each and every one of you folks. Anchor, thank you, and to everyone. And I know that many of you have been commenting. I know that I couldn't take some of your comments, but thank you for joining me again. And also, don't forget to also change your clocks this Saturday forward. We'll be losing an hour, but and also, the sun will be coming early. A little bit later, but I think that's fine. So, folks, thank you again. This evening, we had this evening our friend Giovanna Guzman, who joined us. She is the author of If It Costs You Your Sanity, It's Too Expensive. Support her as well. She's a local author. She has done also a lot of positive things in our community, supporting most vulnerable members of our community, and also doing a lot of counseling to support others as well. So take care of each other, and I will be seeing you again next Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Well, thank you, neighbors, friends, brothers and sisters. I'll see you again. Stay safe and wash your hands, of course. And I'll see you again. Have a wonderful evening, and also a good weekend as well. Okay, this has been again a Friday evening, joining you live from your member provincial parliament, Faisal Hassan, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to hear me. The work we have done this week, and thank you to all of you who have also commented tonight, and those who have also joined, and thank you. And also my email, folks, is Faisal Hassan -co@ndb.on.ca. If you haven't also subscribed my newsletter, which I send twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, you can do so by visiting my website, faisalhassan.ca. Click there, newsletters, and subscribe. Okay, folks, thank you very much. I'll see you again next Friday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Until then, bye. Have a wonderful evening. Ciao.